Hey guys, this is Robert. Just following up on the post I made on the Facebook group, the car flip, and wanted to show you guys the Chrome extension I developed to automatically pull up comparable listings on Craigslist. So I was wasting a lot of time poking around Craigslist and trying to figure out, hey, this car needs some repairs. It's low priced. Can I make any money by fixing it and flipping it, right? So um, what I was doing before was just going through Craigslist, either eyeballing and guessing at what the value of the car might be, or pulling data into a spreadsheet and trying to figure out from there. Anyway, it was really time consuming and really not very productive. So I came up with the idea of developing this Chrome extension, and it kind of does the work for me. So there's two ways that you can use it. One is just to start out with a single ad like I'm looking at right here. And the other is to pull up a list from Craigslist. So I'll show you the single ad first. All we have to do is click on the Chrome extension. It brings up a separate tab and shows me the listing that I was looking at. So I can see and read that at my leisure, and then I see the comparable listings. Now, one thing about Craigslist is they don't do very good enforcement on data entry, so we see some crappy data, right? This one doesn't have a price. Well, user didn't put one in at all when they entered the ad. This one, they entered 148 instead of 148,000, so we can fix that. Same with this one, 107, we'll enter 107,000. So now we have some comparable listings. We can sort that list, see the cheapest one is 3,300, which is the one I was looking at, and then I can update the chart. So the chart's going to draw a best fit line. So this is kind of, think of it as kind of like the average, and it draws through these points. So this is actually a pretty tight line, right? So this guy's maybe overpriced a little bit by a few $100s. This one's underpriced by a few $100s, but this is a tight enough range that I would say, these are all priced the same. There's nothing here in this set of data. So I might want to extend my search and say, well, let's go a little bit wider and start looking at the 2004s, but also let's get rid of this hybrid. Maybe that's part of the problem. And now we have a longer list of comparables. So this is a lot better, right? So let's get rid of some of the garbage. That's a mileage repair. This one is a rental. Get rid of that one. This one is 212,000. So you get the idea. We want to just clean up this data for the chart a little bit. And where we can, we just update. And let's add this one. Yeah, that's probably good enough. This one's overpriced, but who cares? So we'll update the chart. All right, so now we can see the chart with a bit more data in it. This one looks like there's something wrong, right? 148. Need to update that. There we go. So that fixes that. You can see that line changed a little bit, so that actually was significant. And this one right here jumps out at me because it's got it's $900 for 212,000 on a Prius. That isn't much, really. So I click on that on this point on the chart. It highlights the one that it belongs to, and I can open that up and look at it in a new window. And I can see it needs a new hybrid battery. Okay, well, if you can pull those batteries apart, you can probably fix that pretty cheap and get this thing back on the road. And once we compare and say, well, what's that? What might that be worth? By just clicking on the line out up here in the chart, we see another bubble show up, and it says, well, somewhere around 3,600. Give or take, right? I mean, we gotta assume that there's a margin of error here. But if you can get it for 9 and somewhere around 3,600, maybe between 3,000, 3,500, you can make some money still. So anyway, I think you're getting the idea of how I'm gonna use this Chrome extension. There's one other way to do it, and that's to start out with a query. And let's, where's my mini query? Okay, so there's always a ton of minis out there, right? So 127, well, that's probably too many. So let's narrow it down, look at only 2004s and 2005s. update that search. Okay, now I have 16. That's pretty good. So now we can go and click on the Chrome extension and see a list of ranges. The data looks pretty clean. There's our 16 records. Update the chart, and now we can start to analyze the chart and say, okay, well, which ones of these look good? Here's one for under 100,000, 89,000 miles. Looks like that could be worth as much as 6,600. That might be worth looking at, especially if it doesn't need anything. So runs great, new battery, no dash lights, passes smog, convertible top needs some work. Okay, so who knows what that is, but it might be worth further investigation, right? If you can, there's a couple $1,000s potential profit there. If you can get that top working, maybe that'd be a good choice. Here's one for 2,000, and that one might be worth somewhere in the range of 3,800. So again, that's probably got some issues. Yeah, wouldn't shift out of first. So these automatic CVT minis have lots of issues. So anyway, that's kind of the general idea of the Chrome extension. Guys, please comment. Let me know what you think. Give me ideas if you think there's something else that we could do to make it better. A couple of things that I didn't show you were in going in and adjusting these. We can always add more. We could get more specific and say Cooper S, right? So we're only comparing it against other Cooper S models. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you think.